Now we're going to go down and solo some of these vocals and see what needed doing with them.
It's like we used to listen to funky house, have drink ups when our mums were out, link at the park when the funds were out. Not much to give two fucks about, what goes around still comes around. Kick a ball and put jumpers down.
Yeah, so straight away the first thing that pops out is the amount of pops. You know, I don't know if this was recorded without a pop filter or how it was recorded. It's not a terrible recording, but it can definitely, there's definitely going to be some editing and some processing involved to just remove those pops and clicks.
Kick a ball and put jumpers down. Height restriction, times were different. On wave still, but the tides were distant. Fed said we fit the right description. Even then we knew to fight the system.
So here, even here on the word we, there's a pop there. So we're even getting pops where it's not even the P sound. It's just all over the place. So
even then we knew to fight. Even then we knew to fight.
See this here? Yeah, so gonna need some fixing up of that. Okay, let's play some of the second verse here.
We used to play knock door run for the jokes, then it was rollers rats for a toke. It's a shame the way life goes. I stayed on piff, they moved to coke. Ups and downs, guess I always like fun fairs. We stayed at mine cause we chill and we bun there.
Yeah, so again, it's not a terrible recording. I can hear some of I think it's the beat in the background. Or
we used to play knock door run for the jokes, then it was rollers rats for a
so we can kind of hear the hats of the beat coming through in the background. Not the end of the world. But what I did notice on this is
move to coke. Ups and downs, guess I always like.
There's a lot of sibilance. So the sibilance is going to need work on this. And I don't know if DS's is going to do the job. We'll have to see later in the mix.
If they move to coke. Ups and downs, guess I always like fun fairs. We stayed at mine because we chill and we bun there. You bring warmth to my life like.
Also there's a broken breath.
We chill and we bun there. You bring warmth to my life.
So where it's been edited here, it's not quite been edited correctly. There's a breath kind of chopped in half there. So we may have to do some work with that and kind of cut that out and duplicate some breaths from somewhere else where there's a nice breath.
The coke, ups and downs.
So there's a solid breath, for example. So later on, we may have to duplicate this and paste it there.
They move to coke, ups and downs.
Just an example of some of the things that we have to do before we start mixing. And you can see here the background noise. You can actually see it on these ad-lib channels here. You can actually see it in the waveform.
Speak.
So this is going to need some surgical editing here, some removal like this, which I obviously did, but we'll get to that when we pull up the mixed project in a second. So now we're in the mixed project and you'll see that it looks quite different to the raw project. And this is basically all the editing and all the kind of structural work that went in to creating this mix, first of all. So as we mentioned, the first thing that really needed doing on these vocals is editing. You'll see here just how many chops I've had to do on these vocals throughout the song. I'm going to do my best to explain what I've done here. And I think the best way of showing that is leaving on all of the processing for now. And we'll get to this and what I did with all of this processing. But I'm going to just remove the effects like the delays and reverbs and the sends here. And play it with the compression and with the EQ and everything. Because this is how I like to edit vocals. I don't like to edit vocals listening completely raw, because I find that adding this stuff is obviously going to bring out any issues. So once you compress, EQ, DS and all of that, that's when you can identify better what needs to be done in terms of editing on vocals. Because I'm listening more to how it's actually going to be rather than how it is when it's raw, if you follow me. So the first thing to do was to press this button here. This is a top tip for editing vocals. If I try and edit it like this, looking at the waveform this small, it's going to be more difficult. So I come over here, click and hold this, and then you can make the waveforms as big or small as you want to view them. You know, whichever's most comfortable for you, you can select that. I like it usually around here, and that doesn't affect the sound or the waveform in and of itself. It just affects the way that you're actually viewing it. So you see here, I've done numerous chops and fades. Some of these will be breaths. So like that one there, that one there. Those will just be simple breaths. So I've just chopped and turned the breaths down over here on the region gain setting. But other ones of these will be S's. So right there, you can see they're actually S's. They're probably S's that the de-esser just wasn't doing enough. So I had to manually edit those and turn those down with the gain, region gain. And then other ones, which is really important on this song, will be those clicks and pops that I played you earlier in the raw vocals. So let me play this verse now in solo with these edits, and then I'll drag out the file without the edits and you can see the difference. And I'll try and show you live kind of what I did.
It's like we used to listen to funky house, have drink ups when our mums were out, link at the park when the funds were out. Not much to give two fucks about. What goes around still comes around. Kick a ball and put jumpers down. Saturday.
Yeah, so you hear it's still a little bit poppy, a little bit clicky. You're never going to remove all of it, but it's a lot better. So if I duplicate this channel now, I'll copy this part and drag that out. And this will show you what it sounded like before I did this editing.
Kick a ball and put jumpers down. Kick a ball and put jumpers down. Saturday.
So you hear straight away how many clicks and pops there are on this ball, put.
Kick a ball and put jumpers down. Saturday comes, catch a bus to town. Roller.
And you'll see here the parts that I've addressed on this on these regions above. So all of these areas here, you can actually visibly see them. So what I will have basically done is just gone through and chopped like this. And then you can even select these together, get your fade tool on, and just drag like that.
Kick a ball and put jumpers down. Kick a ball and put jumpers down. Saturday. Kick a ball and put jumpers down. Saturday.
And then what you want to do also is make sure that there's a fade out on all of these regions before you've done these chops. So to do that, I would just select and then I'd come over here, even just put a 2 on this fade out.
Kick a ball and put jumpers down. Saturday.
So the one on the ball is a little bit harsh, so we'll just pull that back a little bit.
Kick a ball and put jumpers down. Saturday.
Still a little bit much, so we'll just...
Kick a ball and put jumpers down. Saturday.
Even the puh on the jumpers as well.
Kick a ball and put jumpers down. Saturday comes, catch a bus to town. Roller coaster, yeah, ups and downs, no height restriction. Times were different. On wave still, but the tides were distant. Fed said we fit the right description. Saturday comes, catch a bus to town. Roller.
So you hear the difference there. So we'll do a before and after again. So this is the before.
Kick a ball and put jumpers down. Saturday comes, catch a bus to town. Roller coaster. Kick a ball and put jumpers down.
And the after.
Kick a ball and put jumpers down. Saturday comes, catch a bus to town.
So you see there's a big difference there. And that was required throughout this whole song. There's even parts on this where he's not even saying the kind of P sound. And even there was pops and bangs on the mic. And I think this is an example of one of them here.
Man act tough when the girls were present. No sweet boy stuff for the first impression. Now got a...
So I'll drag this part down, remove the edits. I'll show you what it sounded like before.
Girls were present, no sweet boy stuff. Present, no sweet boy stuff. Present, no sweet boy stuff for the first.
And then after.
When the girls were present, no sweet boy stuff for the first impression. Now got... Girls were present, no sweet boy stuff for the first impression.
So you hear just how those chops have really helped clean it up. Again, it's not perfect. You know, you're never going to get a take to be completely perfect when it's got these kind of issues with it. But this is helping a lot. The other thing I did is used, again, this RX11 mouth declick by Isotope. And this does a great job of cleaning up clicks and pops. So I'll play you before this and with this on. And hopefully you can hear the difference.
Weeks about what goes around still comes around. Kick a ball.
So you hear on the end of that round, the word around.
Goes around, still comes around. Kick a ball.
There's a click there, but when I turn this on,
goes around, still comes around. Kick a ball and put jumpers down.
It's a lot better. It's a lot cleaner. So this helps a lot, and this will be on all the vocals on this song. To different degrees, sometimes I turn the sensitivity down because you don't want it doing too much, but it needed to be quite sensitive on this particular take here. The other thing I've done is use this Clarity VXD reverb plugin by Waves. I'll play you without this and with this. It should be quite a subtle difference, but it just helps to remove some of the room noise that may have been captured by the mic.
The coaster, yeah, ups and downs, no height restriction. Times were different. On wave still, but the tides were distant. Fed said we fit the right description. Even then, we knew to fight the system. Never learned the lesson. Man act tough when the girls were present. No sweet boy stuff for the first impression. Now.
Yeah, the other thing I did here with the editing was obviously the BVs here, like the backup vocals. I've gone through, chopped these up and moved them into place. These were a little bit rough as well. There was a lot of noise in the background and little parts like this that needed chopping off. So I always go through and just chop all of these backups and ad-libs and get them perfectly in time and sounding clean. We'll move on to the second verse here, which is Jay's verse. Again, we'll turn off the sends here, but leave everything else on. Just show you how I edited these.
We used to play knock door run for the jokes, then it was rollers rats for a toke. It's a shame the way life goes, I stayed on piff, they moved to coke. Ups and downs guess I always...
So I'll copy this takedown, drag it out and play with it without the edits, same way we did before.
It's a shame the way life goes, I stayed on piff, they moved to coke.
So a little bit sharp on the word coke there, and the S's are coming through too harshly as well.
It's a shame the way life goes, I stayed on piff, they moved to coke.
And then after the edits,
it's a shame the way life goes, I stayed on piff, they moved to coke. Ups and downs get...
So just a lot more clean. And again, I just would have gone through. You see here the difference between the S's. So I would have just gone through, chop these, come over here to the region gain, turn them down, and then just make sure that there's fades on the start and end of all of these as well, so you don't get any clicks and pops. And again, for the P's and the C's, the harsh ones, you can just fade it like that. And that's how we went through and edited these vocals. I hope I've covered that in as much detail as necessary. It would take me so long to go through and do this all completely live, but you can just see the amount of work that has gone into creating these vocals, a cleaner sound from these vocals. Again, they're not absolutely perfect, but they're much better than when they came to me.
What goes around still comes around. Kick a ball and put jumpers down. Saturday comes, catch a bus to town. Roller coaster, get ups and downs. No height restriction, times were different.